engine screaming, going nowhere? 20 minutes ago, this same car was doing 80 on dry tarmac. So why did one road feel effortless, and this one feels like a trap? It's not the tires, it's not the number on the spec sheet, it's one hidden system, bolted under the floor of every car you've ever driven. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some cars climb straight out of moments like this, and why some just dig in deeper. Quick question, when you turn a corner, what actually happens to your two front wheels? The answer is the reason every car on the road is built the way it is. The outside wheel has to travel a bigger circle than the inside wheel. It means it has to spin faster. Lock both wheels to one solid shaft, force them to spin at the same speed anyway, and one of them is wrong every single corner. It skids just to keep up. That skid is grip, thrown away, every turn, every car. This isn't a new problem either. Go back over a century to the very first horseless carriages, and engineers ran headfirst into this exact issue almost immediately. Early cars without a fix for it would chew through tires and fight the driver on every turn. The solution they landed on is still, to this day, sitting under your car right now. The fix is a small piece of engineering called the differential, and what's inside it is almost beautiful. Gears arranged so power comes in one way, but leaves through two paths, at two different speeds, automatically. Just gears letting one wheel outrun the other exactly as much as the corner demands. And here's the one idea this entire video is built on. Every drivetrain you'll ever own is... Let's start with the one that had you flying down that highway at the start. Rear-wheel drive, effortless. Planted, fast. That's rear-wheel drive, and here's exactly why it feels that way. Power goes from the engine, down a drive shaft, to a differential at the rear, splitting it between the two back wheels. They push, the front wheels just steer, nothing else. That split is the whole point. The car's weight drives into the corner instead of getting pulled through it. That's why almost every serious sports car still uses this exact layout. It's also why race drivers tail out slightly through a corner and use that slide to rotate the car faster. Here's the twist most people never expect. Hook a heavy trailer to a rear drive truck and it gets better, not worse. The trailer's weight presses down on the exact wheels doing the pushing. The harder it pulls, the harder those tires bite. That's the entire reason almost every serious tow vehicle on the road is built this way. It's not tradition, it's physics working in your favor. But flip the surface to ice, and that same physics turns against you. The pushing wheels carry the least weight in the whole car. Lose grip back there, and the tail goes first. No warning, no slow buildup, just a sudden, unannounced swing. So rear-wheel drive nails dry roads and trailers, and falls apart the moment the surface does, which is exactly the gap the next system was built to close. Front-wheel drive. That ice patch from the opening shot. This is the system that gets most drivers through it, and they never even feel it happen. Engine, transmission, differential, all one compact unit up front. Power goes straight to the front wheels, which means those same two tires are now steering and pushing at the same time every second you drive. Why does almost every commuter car on Earth use this? Cost, mostly, fewer parts, more cabin space, lighter overall. But there's a hidden bonus that's pure physics. The engine's own weight sits right on top of the driving wheels. That weight presses them into the road exactly when they need it. Free traction, no extra hardware. Léon, a hatchback pulling off a wet light, will often outgrip an empty rear drive car on the same road. Four-wheel drive. This is the mud, the rock face. The exact moment two driven wheels stop being a solution. The fix is a transfer case behind the transmission, sending power to both axles. 3 settings, 3 jobs, 2H, rear wheels only. Your normal road mode. 4H, front axle locks in 2, 50-50 front and rear. Gravel, light snow. 4L, a low gear ratio, often 4:1, hiding inside the case. 300 Newton meters of engine torque becomes 1,200 at the wheels. That's what crawls a 3-ton truck up a wet rock face at walking pace. But here's the trap almost nobody sees coming. Torque alone doesn't mean grip. A standard differential always feeds power to whichever wheel spins easiest. Drop one wheel in a mud hole and it can steal everything, while the wheel still on solid ground gets nothing. Engine roaring, truck going nowhere. That's exactly what you saw in the opening shot. The fix. Lock the differential. Both wheels on the axle are forced to spin together, so the wheel with actual grip finally gets the power. Full-time systems push it further with a center differential, splitting power front to rear the same way. Lockable too. No mode dial, no decision for the driver to make, ever. All-wheel drive watches every wheel through speed sensors, dozens of times a second. The instant one wheel spins faster than the rest, a control unit fires a clutch pack in a fraction of a second and reroutes power to the wheels that still have grip before the driver even feels it happen. Some systems wait for that slip to start, then react. The sharper ones, built around something called a torsion differential, sense the resistance difference between wheels constantly, with no clutch and no delay at all. No low range, so it'll never crawl a rock shelf the way a locked 4x4 can. But for rain, slush, and unmarked patch of black ice on a bridge, it's traction running on autopilot. A wheel slips for 1/10 of a second, and by the time you notice anything felt different, the system already fixed it. 4 systems. 4 completely different bets. So which one's actually under your car? Here's something worth pausing on, because it trips